Welcome to In the Life with Steve Stanulis. I'm Steve Stanulis. We're in an amazing, amazing spot. We're on Bleecker Street at the bitter end. We're backstage with an amazing performer right now. He's a dear friend, and it took us a little while to get together here, bro.
Yeah.
Let's set it up for Ambrose.
Thanks, Steve.
So what's going on, man? What's happening?
Made it back to New York finally, so it's been a little break, and coming in from LA and out here just writing and getting everything rolling and getting creative, and it really helps to get out of your normal daily routine, you know. And I spent 13 years in Hollywood, and then and it's just nice to always get to New York. New York vibe is incredible.
Now you always hear, like when I interview a lot of bands and stuff, what is the major difference? I know the vibe is different, but what is the major difference of playing like in the Rainbow Room in LA or coming here and playing like a spot like this?
There's a huge difference. I mean, the energy levels are different. It's a totally different scene. I mean, New York, you can get away with more artistically.
Right.
You can take.
We're gonna fuck around this right now.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah.
And if you listen to like New York music, you got like the Talking Heads coming out of here as of late. You've got the Strokes. It's always usually upbeat. You got Blondie. And then you look at the California bands, you got the Eagles, you got
right.
Guns N' Roses, you got Tom Petty, who wasn't from there, but he did all of his writing there. A major difference, obviously, between LA and then actually Manhattan is, LA, you got a cab it everywhere, right. And nothing's in walking distance, and you stop drinking at like 2, I mean,
right.
This is the dream for anyone
right.
who wants to push
Party
their limits in any way. I mean, you're pushing your limits. I mean, people here never stop, and I certainly never stop. I never slept. I mean, it's like the energy's too much. It's like, come on, let's go, and
right.
That's a major difference. You just take the subway or walk to any of your local places, and then that turns into the all-night deal.
Right.
But
in the morning, everybody, the birds are chirping.
Yeah,
which is going to work in suits, and you're just
hey, which can be extremely inspiring if you can handle it. But
right, exactly.
It's one day at a time.
Right. So, when you start out, you've been in this business for how many years? Would you say? When did you break in?
On my first record deal when I was 26. I've been playing since I was like 13, but I was always in high school bands and jam bands, and then I started writing songs pretty much. I can't stand playing someone else's song. Maybe it's an ego thing, I don't know, but it's not as inspiring. And like for me, the songwriting process was always inspiring at a young age, and so I was playing in bands on the Strip, and we got lucky. I mean, it's like we were playing out all the time with a band called White Star. Cisco Adler is out there, and so we're doing that whole thing. They're a Malibu band, we're a Hollywood band, and we were playing a lot on the Strip, getting attention. And then I got really lucky. I met a guy named Matthew Fisher, who's an angel, and he signed me. And then and I got to do a really great record, like a real record that a lot of people never will get to do, and they don't do them that much anymore. I mean, it was a big budget record, and it was I got to play with the best studio cats in town, and
that's cool.
And do it the right way, which taught me a lot. Now I realize you can still do it the right way. It's just you got to be able to set up the confines of that environment,
right.
and do it within a reasonable means.
Right. Now, growing up, who like inspired you? What?
Well, the first album I really learned back to back was Appetite for Destruction, and it was like
GNR.
GNR, yeah. So it was my best friend was the singer of the band, and he was a diehard Axl fan, and I was like kind of more into Slash, but
Which is a better choice, by the way.
I mean, it's a hard choice.
Right, yeah, well.
Without the original band, there is no band. I mean, for me, Appetite, that was our only real record. But so that was like you get the best songwriting, which was a team, a band environment. They all contributed. You get the best, one of the best vocalists of all time, one of the best guitar players. It's kind of like a Led Zeppelin, Right. So.
Although I got a quick Guns N' Roses story. I went to see Guns N' Roses. Metallica opened up for them. It was even called. They blew fucking Guns N' Roses so far out of the fucking arena.
I remember that.
It was crazy.
I mean,
you don't pick Metallica to open up for you. Whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I saw them in Oakland. I saw it. It's called Day on the Green.
Yes.
Were you at the Day on the Green?
But in New York. It was
in New York? Yeah.
That's what New York. I think I seen them at Nassau Coliseum.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like I love music, but I'm not into it like. I'm not a musician.
Yeah.
But you can see just somebody enjoys music.
Yeah.
The difference in talent. Every which way, it was fucking mind-boggling. I couldn't believe it. So what can the audience tonight expect from?
Truth and honesty, and tonight's all about the songs. We love to jam it out in LA, and I play with Dwayne Betts a lot. He plays in the band when we're there, and he's available, and So we like to get our hands dirty, but tonight's going to be all about the songs. It's a smaller venue and a lot of new material, so we're going to be testing out, getting the crowd reaction.
And how long are you going to be playing tonight?
We're going to be playing a 50-minute set.
Oh, awesome. I'm excited to see. So I know you have some band members riding with you.
Yep.
We're in a little bit of a tight confinement, so we're going to pan over and have them introduce themselves. But I think it's to your bass players?
Yeah, this is our producer, actually. We work with John Hanlon, who does Neil Young, and he's my boy out on the West Coast. So we're going to be recording with him and Mantis as well. Mantis is...
Mantis, what do you... Just tell us a little bit.
My name is Mantis Ibar. I'm a producer here in New York City.
The Jesus Christ of rock and
really
roll.
is.
That's what I've heard. That's what they call me from time to time. But I've been working with Zach for a little bit, for a little while now, and I have to say that, it's really a joy working with somebody who's such a prolific songwriter and extremely diverse with his, with his styling. So you can take a tune and an acoustic tune, knock it out in an electronic version and a rock and roll version, and so it's really a joy to work with artists that really have their stuff together. So.
And we also have members of the band right now, so let's pan and just...
I'm Mikey, and I'm the drummer for Ambrose.
I'm Phil. I'm a New York City bass player, and I met Zach about a year ago, and he just called me up and we started working together. It's awesome songs.
Who's more talented, New York musicians or LA musicians?
I don't know.
I've never been
to LA.
You have to say New York, I guess, right? So, just real quick, just let us know how you guys broke.
I wrote this song called All I Ever Wanted.
Which is awesome, by the way.
Thank you.
I've seen it like 30 times. My wife, everybody loves it.
Really?
So.
There's a lot of suffering in there.
I can see it. Were you really crying in that?
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
But that's a director's call, The guy's a film director's like, whatever, let's get dramatic. I'm like, okay, whatever. You tell me what to do, I'll do it.
No, it's great, man.
But I don't know anything about visuals. I'm auditory. But anyway, so yeah, what happened was All I Ever Wanted came out, and we got a radio promoter, independent guy. We hired. His name is Bill Hans. He's a great guy, and so he started pushing it. And we came to New York, and I came to New York to do a showcase out here for a bunch of different radio guys and his radio team on the East Coast. Bob Suchek, who's actually, he's now with Sony. He's the head of the Red Labels for Sony, but he's a great guy. And so I was showcasing for Bob, a couple other guys. And we're here, and we go up, and my bass player drops a CD off for Kid Kelly at Sirius XM.
Sure.
And Kid's a great guy.
That's what we spoke about,
yeah,
right?
and a really good guy. And I actually got to meet him, and we'll hang out for a little, and and he showed me around the offices and whatnot, and so he gave us a shot, and then we ended up beating out like Jonas from the Jonas Brothers on the Sirius Hits 1 Top 40, and so it's by request, and so the song kind of took on a life of its own.
Cool.
And then it kept climbing, so we got in the top 20, and we were in full rotation for about I think 2 to 3 months.
Awesome. Before we let you go, I just want you to tell everybody out there, how can they follow you on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn? How can everybody find you? Tell everybody.
Yeah, I mean, Facebook is, the way we're doing it right now. So, and we also have a website. It's www.zachambrose.com. And yeah, if you just Google Ambrose Music or Zach Ambrose, all kinds of stuff will come up. But there's SoundCloud, and then on the website we got a bunch of free downloads. And I try to give away as much as I can because it's all about getting it out there.
Sure.
And for me, that's the most rewarding.
Awesome. So, one more time. We'll be playing in maybe about a half hour.
Yep.
We're very excited. We'll be back in 2 minutes and 2 seconds with In the Life of Steve Stanulis. We'll be right back.